Hey guys, this is Anne-Marie, the Anti-HR HR Lady, and I just wanted to make a quick video and just, say to you guys, stop trying to be more than you need to be for employers that don't respect you and are discriminating against you, because what is happening to you has nothing to do with you. I, spent the day talking to multiple clients and prospective clients about their workplace situations, all of them dealing with challenging, primarily discriminatory, hostile work environments. And over again, people have said to me, I'm trying to do my job. I'm doing the best I can do. Some of them are like trying to do even more to prove that they are not a bad employee while dealing with racism and other problematic treatment in the workplace, primarily racism though, for the most part. And what I want to say to you is racism is white people's disease. It is a symptom of an illness. I see it as an illness at this point that has just been handed down from generation to generation of white folks. And I don't want anybody coming in my comments and saying not all white people. I'm saying all white people. Even those who are trying to be good people still have racism in them, because white supremacy is something that permeates every aspect of American life, every aspect of society. Whiteness and the idea that if you are white, you are superior is baked in to how the country was formed, how the country operates, how its systems are structured. And so even if you are not actively participating in it, you're benefiting from it, and you have become accustomed to benefiting from it. And so for those of us who are not white and have to operate inside of this system, it can be a real mind fuck, for lack of a better word, day after day. Because things are happening to you and you keep thinking that maybe if you do something differently, it'll change your situation, and it won't, because what's happening to you has nothing to do with you. You didn't create it and you can't solve it. And so many white people in American corporate workspaces are more obsessed with being called racist than being racist. They are very offended at the idea that you would say that they're engaging in discriminatory behavior, but they have no real interest in changing the behavior that you're bringing to their attention. So when you bring it to their attention, they're offended at the implication that they're being racist, but they're not interested in actually doing anything about that. So the knee-jerk reaction is to simply remove you as the person raising the concerns. And even when you're not actually bringing concerns about overt racism, the idea that you as a person of color, especially Black people and specifically Black women, would even challenge anything in the workplace can result in retaliation. And the reason that the retaliation comes so hard and so fast is because of the idea that we should know our place and that we should take whatever treatment comes and that we shouldn't challenge it. So even if it's about challenging unfair workplace practices like people less qualified being promoted or being passed over for promotion, which might not necessarily, you might not overtly say this is happening because you're being racist. You must just raise it because you don't think it's fair. But the reaction that you received is based in the idea that what they want should always come first, and that what you want should be second, and that you should be quiet. And that if you raise any concerns, if you raise anything, then you're a problem, right? And you have to understand that why that is happening is not about you. Why it is happening is not your fault. Why it is happening has little to do with you and much more to do with what is wrong with the person who's inflicting that treatment on you. And I think more of us need to come to understand that it's an illness, it's a sickness. And that's not an excuse to me. That's just a statement of fact. And it's a sickness that they need to get about the business of addressing and curing, because the reality is that if we could fix this, it would already be fixed. So what you have to do as people of color, and especially as Black people in these environments, when you recognize it, do whatever you need to do to remove yourself from it for your own well-being, and make them pay you on the way out if they are in fact engaging in behavior that is illegal. And that's where I come in. I'm interested in helping you identify what is happening to you, determining whether it's illegal, and then holding employers accountable. But the part where they are actually willing to acknowledge that why they're doing what they're doing is because of racism, don't hold your breath. And don't spend your time trying to do more thinking that it's going to make a difference, because it's just going to end up causing you more mental stress and distress, and it's not going to change the behavior. And that's the one thing I've learned after 20 plus years of being in HR, as well as being subjected to these things in American workplaces, is that you have to focus on what's best for you and spend less time trying to figure out how you can appease them, because it's not going to make any difference. It's a sickness, it's their sickness, and it's up to them to solve it. It's up to us to figure out how to navigate it and how to remove ourselves from situations where it is causing us harm and it is impeding our ability to be successful in our workplaces. So I really wanted to make this video and say this because it was really on my heart today. I've spoken to so many people who really, just want to do their jobs and just want to be treated fairly at work. And they really feel that maybe if they did this or maybe if they did that, it would make a difference. And I just want you to understand that what is happening to you really has nothing to do with you as a human being or anything that you've done wrong. More likely than not, it's happening to you because the person that you are dealing with has a problem, and it's a problem that you can't necessarily solve. So that's it on that. I hope this was helpful. This is Anne-Marie, the AntiHR HR Lady. If you're dealing with discrimination in your workplace, please consider grabbing access to my online course where I teach you how to exit a discriminatory hostile workplace and get your employer to pay you to do it. And please make sure that you are documenting these work environments. This is something that so many of us are not doing well, and it's costing us. Please make sure that you're documenting your work environment so that you can effectively raise these issues when the time comes. You can grab the Anti-HR Documentation Journal on my website. Please remember that HR is not your enemy, but they're definitely not your friend, but I am. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.